multimeter, and we've got pro demand pulled up on our computer. The vehicle that we're going to be working on is this Columbia here. We've got our OTC handheld reader. We're going to go ahead and plug into this real quick, see if we get any fault codes. Key on, power on our unit. Go. We're using the 9-pin connector. We're using the 1708. Seeing we got one fault code on here. Oh my God, what just happened? All right, and the fault code we got here is on the barometric pressure, voltage above normal or shorted high. So we're gonna start looking at pro demand, start our troubleshooting process, and hopefully we'll get to the root of this problem. At our barometric pressure sensor, we got it disconnected here. On this step, what we're gonna be doing is making sure that we're getting signal voltage from the ECM going through the harness to the sensor itself. So we've only got one of these probes, but ideally we would have 2 probes set up on this terminal here. And we're just going to take our leads, we're going to plug in, and we should be getting about 5 volts. Okay, so we'll see how this goes. Now if we're getting 5 volts out of here, that means that there is a signal going through here. See, we got 505. That means we got a signal going through our harness, and that it's good up to this point. So we're going to go on to the next step. Have our next step, we're going to be measuring voltage from the signal terminal to return terminal on the harness connector. So basically we're going from A and B, or 1 and 2 first, and now we're going to be going from 2 to 3, or B to C. And basically we're expecting the voltage measurement to be less than the battery positive. So as long as it's under 12 volts, we should be okay. If it's at about 12 volts, that means that the signal wire has been shorted to the battery positive. No bueno. Okay, so here we are at our truck. We got our terminal. We got, again, our 1 probe set up. And like I said, we're going to be going from B to C. So we're going to put 1 lead here in our B terminal, and our C one's this bottom one. Got to be a little careful with it, but so we've got ourselves 6.5 volts, which is about half of our battery. This test proves to be good. We're okay. We're going to continue to troubleshoot this fault, and we're going to see what the next step is. Basically, we're going to be connecting a jumper wire from the signal terminal, which was C, to the return terminal, which was B. Those are the 2 terminals that we just tested with our multimeter. But basically now we're just going to be installing a jumper cable, and we're going to be looking for a -4 diagnostic code. The expected result is actually that the code does not change to -4. Like the code that we had before was -3, this one's -4. We're expecting it to not change though. However, if it does change, then that means that the wiring harness and the ECM are okay. So, you know, kind of hoping that it's not okay. We're going to go to the truck and we're going to check that out. All right, so again, we're here at our terminal. We've got our test leads hooked up, 1 to the B terminal, or 2, and 1 going to C, the signal. Okay, so now we're going to go over to our reader and we're going to check out the code. Okay, so back in our truck, turn this power on. We're going to turn on our connector. I know we had the Genesis before, but somebody else in the shop needed it, so we got this little OTC reader. Pretty good still. Enter. Okay, so we still got our 1 fault code, and let's see what the faults are. Look at that. That joint changed to 4. See, so now we got the 128, 108, 4. So that means that our harness is okay and our ECM is okay. So that's actually a really good thing, because the 2 most critical and expensive components are okay to check out on this. I'm pretty sure that the very next step in this procedure is going to be for us to go ahead and install a new sensor, and then we're going to make sure that the code doesn't come back up on our reader. If the code doesn't come back up, then we're going to install that new sensor and get this truck back on the road, start earning some money.